I'm Dr. Valerie Miller, and I'd like to give you a tour of our wonderful building. This is East York Veterinary Center. We're all really proud of how it turned out. We want it to be cozy, homey, comfortable, relaxing, and not just for ourselves, because we love working here, but for our clients and our patients. They come in and they don't really feel like they're in a hospital, so that's what we went for. The waiting room is like an outdoor-indoor, so you feel a little bit like you're on your patio. And then the little facades going into the waiting rooms are like little cottages. We have a boutique of some nice special items. Some of them have to do with our training program. So they're carefully selected. We are not trying to be Petco for you, but we just want to provide some things that we're recommending. And also, if your animal's lodging here and you forgot to bring some stuff along, you could do that. Over here we have units that are out in the waiting room so that you can see the kind of facilities your cats can lodge in. And they have two functions. The other one is so that we can rehome cats. And we have 3 right now from the SPCA and a couple that we are trying to place directly ourselves. So that's a townhouse. It's a 4-story, and the litter pan is in a private bathroom area down there. And these are condos. And in the back, you'll see there's actually horizontal condos that open up to like 3 whole rooms. Look at you, look at you. Are you trying to show off? Yeah, he says, I want a home. You sweetheart, you're a sweetheart. Hey, waterfalls just makes a real nice relaxing sound, and we've broken up the waiting room a lot to give people different private spaces to sit and talk. This is our client education area. You're welcome to come up, and this program called DIA, when we discuss a problem, for instance, with your pet's kidneys, you can come here and do some research on it yourself. There's also articles in here, and if you find something that you'd like to take home and share, you can shoot it to our printer and even email it to yourself. So we want to have you make educated decisions all along the way. This is a lovely big room, and we use it for many things. We can push the furniture aside. We have behavior training classes in here. We have our staff education meetings in here. And so we're ready for any kind of event. These birds in the corner are our own pets, and they are from the SPCA also, where there were about a dozen of them. Many of them got homes, and then we hung on to a couple here to be home here with us. They are a married couple and a little shy. So these are all going into our exam rooms, and as we finish our tour, you'll see we'll come across the back of these that open onto the treatment area. So each and every one is kind of got its own color and its own look going on inside. And this is our green room. There's plenty of space. We can examine animals on the table. We can lift them up on a hydraulic lift. And we'll do some right here on the floor too. So there's plenty of room for everybody. I'm going home, I'm going home. Come on, good girl. Okay, and another room set up slightly different for the last room. We call it the peach room, and it's actually a little bit smaller room, and it's set up for our pocket pets and avian, so we have different equipment in here that we're able to examine those animals. We also have a video scope that we can show digital images inside the mouth and ears right to the client here. This is a separate exit hall, and we have a separate checkout, and that way people can do their financial stuff in privacy. We have a storage basement. This is our staff break room. And we have meetings and smaller meetings in here to educate the staff. And we're also storing some food in here, so it's just kind of a place for our staff to get together and find out what's going on. This is the associate's office. And they come here to make their phone calls, do some research, as we see Dr. Lieberman is doing right now. Okay, this is our Memorial Garden pathway, and if you look down, you'll see the names of loved animals and sometimes even people memorialized here. The way this works is a client will make a donation to get a brick put on the pathway, and you can also get a brick put on the pathway for if you're in the senior wellness program. These bricks go in, and then any remaining funds go to our Good Sam Fund, where we help ownerless animals and wildlife. This path will eventually grow through the gardens. We're hoping it won't be too long, because it'll go through this next garden that passes the cat area and meander out to the sycamore trees, where we already have set up out there an outdoor area for anybody to go out and relax with the flowers and the gazebo, but it's also a new place to choose to have end-of-life service. It's an idea that because dogs love to be outside, that the owner might want to elect to, if they have to end the life because it's closing down, that might be a nice place to do it. We do have a special room set up inside for end of life and or just very difficult decisions, conversations, private phone calls. And we've tried to set this room up to feel more like home for everybody. It's quiet and also has the exit, which is private, going out the back instead of back into the waiting room when people are feeling upset. Okay, we're back in our lodging facility, and we like to call the dog area the Red Rough Inn. And there we have somebody in the Flower Power Suite. Hey you, are you waiting for your owners to pick you up? Huh? Next door, in the Play Ball Suite, Willie's here. And Willie's waiting for his new home. He's an SPCA dog, and he's also in our training program. Somebody didn't make their bed in the Pond Suite. And the Safari Suite is waiting for its next lodger. So we're getting this one ready for the next lodger. And she's got her chandelier. This is the transportation suite with its own punch buggy. Up in the corner, you might actually notice that there's a closed circuit camera. We have many uses for our closed circuit camera, but this is the most fun reason. This is so that clients who choose this can actually log into through our website and see their pet while they're on vacation in Florida. And a lot of people enjoy that. They really miss their pets, and then they get to see what they're doing. And we have the Princess Suite. These are pretty big suites. We can actually accommodate 2 to 3 dogs, depending on the size of the dogs, so we don't want to crowd them, but animals from the same household really feel better being together. The last suite, I think, is probably my favorite, the Thomas the Train Suite. And then our dogs do enjoy exercise out here in the yard. We have an agility course set up for exercise, and people can actually elect to get more exercise than that's normally planned if they would like that for their pet. They can choose actually all kinds of great stuff, massages and treats. But all of our lodgers get to come out here 3 times a day for a walk with the staff. Nice thing I think too about boarding your animal at a veterinary hospital is if they do get stressed and they start feeling ill, we have nurses here that are seeing them every day, and we're on top of it right away. You'll see right next to this yard is a smaller yard, and that is for our isolation dogs, whether they have a compromised immune system or they're actually the germy one, and we can separate them from the population that way. This is we call it the pea garden, because it's got pea gravel and you get to pee on it. So you know we had fun naming these places, and this is the cat yard at Marial. Each unit has a little theme going on, and just like up front, these are the 4-story units with the toilet in the bottom, and it has actual air exchange going on there. They have a view of the butterfly bushes outside. These are on the side here are horizontal condos, and especially in a multi-cat household, or if you just want your cat to have more room, we can open it up to 1, 2, or 3 rooms that they can occupy, and they also have the view. And we also have closed circuit that we can point at your cat if you would like to see them when you're out of town. We let each animal out for a little exercise period every day. We set up an artificial cat tree for them to stretch out on and do some climbing. It's a nice, quiet, peaceful place for the cats, and it's nice and safe, so we'd like to help you with your cat when they need to lodge. Okay, we're going to come right through the animal food prep room. So we are servicing all the animals in the building, and we have everything ready for everybody. I get a kick out of showing the data closet because this building is run by like 4 computers. One of them services the veterinary software we use every day. Another one has the electronic doors and keeps records of the comings and goings here. Another one does our fancy phone system, and another one does the closed circuit system that we all enjoy. So I don't know how interesting that is to other people, but I love it. We have our own IT guy now because of all of this. You come on through, we're getting into the noisy territory. This is the washroom. We wash dogs. They get actually a massaging bath in here, and it's also ecologically friendly. And then, of course, we wash all the many, many towels and bedding that we use for our patients. Close your ears. We're going into the noisy world. A lot of the animals that we're going to meet in here either probably had surgery or coming are done with surgery or medical, or they could even just be lodging for a short period. Although we're in the older part of the building, the whole building was resurfaced. And hi, you. Hi, Buckeyes. Are you a Buckeye? Yeah, because my son would like you. Yeah, hi, how are you? Hi, Hunter. How are you? Are you ready? What are you ready for? Huh? What are you ready for? Yeah. Hi, everybody. Well, we have quite a committee in here to say hello to us. Hi. Oh, what a good boy you are. We can see what a good boy you are, Chester. What a good boy. The last room in this area is for isolation, and it has its own exterior door. This is radiology. We have a lovely new machine, and it's a high-frequency X-ray machine that we actually do the measurements and plug them into the machine, and it calculates the settings. And it has a floating top table, which means we don't have to keep moving the patient around. We can just move the table around to get the perfect photograph here, and our X-ray. And right next to that, we see Angel cleaning up after one of her patients/clients. Angel is our wonderful groomer, and she has her own space right here. Hi, Angel. Okay, surgery here is ready to go. We have 2 tables in case we need them. Each one is set up with full anesthesia, and the anesthesia we use is actually exactly what they use on people. We use an IV anesthetic to sedate them and put a tube in their throat, and then we hook them up to the inhalation. We then hook them up to a vital signs monitor, which monitors their blood pressure, their body temperature, their heart rate, their respiratory rate, and their oxygen level. All of that, just like a person. There's our IV with an IV pump, and we even heat the fluids going in for certain patients. In the corner is our endoscope. That's for doing a non-invasive type of examination inside the animal. And behind the door there resides the med gas system. That's what sends oxygen all over the building, as you see the green lines coming down, just like in a human hospital, and retrieves the waste gases. So it's called a med gas system. And also in there is our central vacuuming system, which helps keep the building clean and free of dust and hair. Okay, this looks kind of funny, but Coco is recovering from surgery, and we actually do put them right on the floor in the treatment room. And the reason is that we can keep our eye on them the entire time. Okay, we have usually a nurse sitting right here, but she's already had her tube out, so she's safe and she's waking up. And she's sticking her tongue out at us. This is the prep area where we get surgical instruments cleaned up and sterilized and ready for the next surgery. And there is a pass-through, so they stock it on one side of the cabinet, and then they can take it out on the other side in the more sterile atmosphere. You'll notice here in one of the manager's offices that we have monitors like this all over the building, And this way, because it's a big building, people can see what's going on in different parts of the building. If it looks very busy up front, we might want to send a staff member up front to help with that. And the doctors might look at it to see that their next client just walked in. Depending on where you are in the building, you're looking at different cameras. So the doctors also have a view of the ICU patients. And this is very useful. The closed circuit has another function. There are even cameras outside, and it's for security, for the safety of our clients and employees. Well, this is the treatment room, and this is many rooms open on this room. It's kind of like the hub, and we're kind of between things right now. But to my left are heated recovery cages, so the patients waking up from anesthesia on heated floors will wake up quicker. Behind the curtain is part of that endoscope I showed you and the digital scope that was in the other room. And this machine records digital images depending on how deep in the body, whether it's the smaller scope or the long one. And we can also transfer these images to specialists when necessary. This is our dental suite. Unfortunately, we don't have a dental being performed right now, but it is a separate area just for the dentals. And it too has its own anesthesia machine, its own vital signs monitor, because as you probably know, our patients have to be anesthetized when they're having dentistry done. They just don't open their mouth on command. Over here is the ultrasonic scaler machine, and the other machine you probably recognize from your dentist's office is for taking digital dental x-rays. So as soon as we take the pictures, it shows up on the screen. And yes, this is really important in animals too, because it gives us a clue to if a tooth needs to come out or whether it can be saved. In animals, these unseen things in their mouths cause them a great deal of pain and also start to affect other body organ systems. So it's a big focus to keep dental health on animals. It literally keeps them living longer lives. Okay, this is our laboratory. And we see one of the nurses running blood through that we actually took earlier from a patient. We are able to run quite a bit right here in-house. These machines from left to right can run blood chemistries look at how the organ systems are working, complete blood counts, which look at the state of anemia or infection or inflammation, electrolytes, which look at the water balance. And the benefit of having these in-house is that we can get the results in an hour, so it's very fast, and we can make decisions based on the results that day instead of waiting for it to come back from the lab. We do use an outside lab for certain testings or less urgent things, but it's wonderful having this. We also run the heartworm screening, line screening, parasite screenings all here. The blood work results will actually get transferred right into the computer system so that they not only are recorded on paper, but they're recorded in the patient's computer chart. This is also true for blood work that we send out. It comes back in and is recorded in the computer as well as on paper. We're looking at the back of some of the exam rooms that we saw before. So you can see that as patients need anything done, they can come straight into the main treatment area. Another work table. This station over here has a lot of the pharmacy in it as well as in the laboratory, so we can dispense medications right on the outpatient visits, and people can go home with the medications they need right away. Where Matt just sat down is what we call a nursing station. They're entering information into the computer, seeing what needs to be done next. And on the other side of the glass, there's an avian lodger. We also put ICU patients in this area. Happily, let's see, doesn't look like there are any. Oh my goodness. Oh, we have a really cute person for you to meet here. Buried in that blanket is a baby squirrel that was rescued. Hello. And the wildlife rehabilitator told us we're kind of stuck with this critter till fall. So she's going to help us, and we'll get you back to where you belong in the fall, sweetheart. These units are heated and have extra humidity, which is very important for the very small patients and the birds. Yeah. Yeah, did you say hi? Hello? Hi, sweetheart, did you whistle for us? Hi. Are you... Oh, my bird makes that sound. Chee 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 chee. Chipper chipper chipper. Chipper chipper chipper. Chippy chippy chippy. Yeah. You gotta get some attention somehow. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Wow. That is definitely some kind of a tune.
Yeah.
I have to ask your mommy and daddy what that song is. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. And on cue, too. Thank you. Oh my God, you're so cute.